Well, thanks for hanging out with us. You're listening to Home Wizards. I'm Cindy Dole.
Hey, I'm Eric Stromer.
And we love to improve your home and improve your life. And whenever I go to a hotel, I kind of look around, don't you, to see what they've done in terms of the hotel decor, from the lobby, where they always have beautiful floral arrangements. And I go, oh, I got to remember that.
I know. And you and I, we spend a lot of times, having meetings and stuff in hotels with some of these different things that we go to, like these,
trade
building
shows.
conventions and trade shows. And we're always in kind of amazing hotels that have style, and we always comment on some of the stuff, especially, in the lounge areas or the meeting rooms or the
artwork, the fragrance, all of it.
Man.
All of that kind of works together. So
even something as simple as putting a mint on your pillow.
See?
That's nice, right?
Chocolate.
At night, for your loved one. Hey,
yeah.
Don't lay in the mint. It's going to be delicious before you get in there. Is that what is that tradition? That's funny, isn't it?
It's like, great.
I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to have a little chocolate.
It's a lovely tradition.
Yeah, it is.
Why not? So how about stealing from hotel decor to turn your home into a place that feels cozy, that feels, like you've got the 5-star treatment, darn it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So here's a really cool thing that you can do that's taken from a West Hollywood hotel. Right? So instead of just, we all have all these photos on our iPhones.
Yeah.
How many photos do you have on your phone
Thousands.
right now? I constantly have to delete because they just keep adding up, and it gets to the point where now it says you can't take a picture anymore, right? But how about turning all of those best pictures from your smartphone into a collage of little small pictures? It becomes a larger-than-life frame. I mean, I want to say it's maybe 10 feet high.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, probably like 10 by 8.
Okay. And so
like the size of a queen size bed.
Love it.
Yeah.
And this could be in your bedroom or in your living room, and we talk about fun stuff. All you do is take the photos that you have, all of your favorites, and then you can print this out. You can go to a number of these online services, like Walgreens has one, and then what you do is you glue them to a piece of foam core. Now, where would we get some of this foam core?
Any art supply store has that stuff. And,
okay.
And then if you want to do a bigger sheet than the frame size, you can use a piece of plywood and then just glue it onto the plywood so that there's some kind of backing.
And what's neat is you could change this out as you get more pictures. You can just do another one. And by the way, IKEA has a million options too, but you stick it into that prefab frame, done. It is a beautiful work of art. It's taken from what they have had in a snazzy hotel in Hollywood, and now you've got it in your home. Inexpensive.
Hello, fancy.
Great.
Yeah, great way to
Isn't
save
that a
those
great
images.
idea?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So consider that.
And then the other thing that's awesome that we see in lobbies in these hotels all the time, you walk in and all these flowers have unnatural and unusual colors to them. And we kept thinking, how are they doing this? And then we finally talked to some of the pros, and they actually just, like, for example, a sunflower can go into a vase of food coloring and then take on the color of the food coloring, so that you've got unorthodox and unusual colored flowers that are supposed to be yellow. Now they're blue or pink or red or something like that.
That's just crazy.
It's crazy talk is what it is, but it's effective and beautiful.
How about maximizing your space with a bench? This is something that you see a lot in hotels. It's really kind of a genius idea for any room that is kind of size challenged.
Yep.
You can skip a couch and just use benches instead, like let's say a veneered plywood.
Yeah,
right?
So the veneer plywood is great material because it's literally what everybody uses now to create cabinetry. So it comes in oak or Doug fir, whatever the heck you want. You can get any look to it. And then you can frame out a bench that's the custom size that your area needs, because a lot of times couches don't come custom size like a home may need for a corner bench seat for a kitchen area or a living room area. And it can also act as storage as well. Think of boat storage, right? It's really effective because it's maximizing the space and utilizing every single square inch to have storage underneath the cushions, but at the same time, it's a handsome and attractive seating area that really is effective and functional. And
it feels very IKEA Swedish too, doesn't it?
Yes,
It kind of has that hoorda-heeda-hoorda.
Yes, it does. It has the hoorda-heeda-hoorda. And you can do it in any configuration, shape, and size, and then just get foam from the fabric store and cover it in the fabric of your choice and backing cushions, and then you're done. It's great.
It's inexpensive, and you've maximized your space, and may I say, it looks like you're right in a hotel.
Yes, it does.
You might have to start charging people when they sit there.
You might order people around more than you already do, and they're not even working for you. I know.
Or you could just say this is part of the concierge services.
Yeah. And you want to know where the juicer is? It's under the bench seat that I just created. Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
How about a DIY richly patterned headboard? I know you love this. I mean, this is something that we've seen in a hotel in Palm Springs.
Yep.
right?
Yes, and they're taking fabrics of any kind, things from around the world that are unusual. Maybe something.
That's the key.
Yes.
It's got to look from around the world.
Yes,
It's got to feel like
it's international,
exotic. Yeah,
right.
like Moroccan or whatever, right?
And you can do it with rugs that you find. You can do it with large things that were blankets or anything that you can think of. And again, headboards are easy to do because it's a piece of ply with the width of the bed or slightly exceeding the dimension of the width of the bed. And then you put foam over that, staple it on there with fabric in the back, and then you can just literally nail it to the wall if you don't want to get fancy. And have it sit up over the molding on the bottom, right?
It's so easy.
It's easy to do, and then you've got yourself a fancy headboard that you made yourself that looks like you're in some kind of a 5-star hotel.
It's all about just getting the really cool fabric, though, that you love. That's
true. Pop for the price of the fabric, because the construction and doing that on your own is very, very simple. I've done many of these, and they're very easy to do. It's a project you can do over the weekend.
Now, another trick that hotels will do, especially we've seen this done in Miami Beach, Florida, is, it's born out of space shortage.
Right.
You just use a simple desk, and that now becomes a workspace and a night table in the bedroom.
Yeah, that's right.
And it gives kind of a sleek look, a little drawer where you can hide necessities. And one of the best things about the hotel rooms is that, there's never clutter there, right? So what, a little vase with an orchid and a lamp?
Simple, done. End of story. And also that's where you can sit there and then have a desk on either side.
Yeah.
So when one person is laying in bed trying to sleep and the other person's working at the desk looking over him going, how much did you spend on clothing today? And then you've got your calculator right there. Little stressful, but functional.
And one more thing is, don't forget to dress up the bathroom. You probably spend about half an hour there every morning. If you have a fun design, like an ornate mirror. This is a trick that hotels will do. And, of course, maybe have some kind of cool little lamp or maybe a little, a floral arrangement, something like this. Very simple, but it's something that you will feel like you are finally now in a hotel.
Exactly. Even like stacking things on a little chair that you've bought from a thrift store or something. That could be a really effective way.
Eric Stromer, Cindy Dole, you're listening to Home Wizards. Thanks for hanging out with us, because we have some more fun to help you improve your home and improve your life.